Oh, there we are. We're live. Okay. Hey everyone. Sorry, I'm a little haphazard tonight. If you can't tell, I have been playing a little bit more of my Subway Builder before starting stream, and I am almost at a point where I want to do something here. You'll notice I've greatly expanded my DC Metro on Subway Builder, and I'm very close to completely opening a new line. Actually, I'm about ready to do it. So you'll see this line. What I'm building right now, this 623 million, is this extension down here. Um, and so once I get this in, we'll get over to the Hollow Knight something. But I'm going to do this because we can. It costs quite a bit. I'm about 100 million short, but this is why we have bonds. I'm going to issue the bond, quickly get out, build the blueprints. Now the problem now is we are relatively low on funds, and I need trains for this. So let me go into our route here. We're going to get a new route. This is going to be our yellow line. We're going to put a Y here. Light Metro, create route. Let's get in stations, edit. We're actually in the middle of a rush hour right now, so it's not the best time to pause, but we will run. Oh, no, that's not what I'm doing. We're going here. And now the game recognizes the difference. I'm glad it did. Because that would have been a little awkward otherwise. And of course the station numbering is still weird, as we've seen in this game. Now, is everything working I want? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome! Now, we are out of train cars during high demand, which is fine. So we do need to buy some. I've got 12 in the bank. So we can buy one. We're going to want to add more to this very quickly. But that seems to be good. Let's start a train. Oh, you know what? I did the wrong thing again. All right, hang on. Let's clear this out. New route, yellow. I forgot to confirm changes again on the station page. I keep doing this. It frustrates me to no end. So edit route. Let's try this again here. Now it's going to think we're going up blue. We are not going up blue. I want to go into South DC here. And so this line, I think we've talked about this on the previous whatever, will end up going further out into Northern Virginia. This is actually one line I've been dreaming of in real life, just something that follows Columbia Pike. But this one will turn over and go due east to parallel our orange line. But now we confirm changes. Oh, hang on. 4 cars per train. We're done there. All right. Now we should be able to see it running. Yes, yes we do. Once we get back to another 10 million here, which should be pretty quick, I'll add a second train for rush hours on this, because we're going to want it, I'm sure. It's new, so actually it's not having any service or capacity issues with the train right now, but it is the first day it's open. I'm sure it'll have problems in a bit. And we do want to buy more trains. Okay, we're about ready to do so. Yes, buy please. Add another during rush. Thank you. Alright, and so now my DC map is starting to look more or less what I'm hoping. Well, you're starting to see more of what I'm hoping for this map. Eventually we'll have our version of the green line cutting straight across here. Green and yellow will hit or meet down here at a station. And then we're going to have my silver eventually do that loop around. White here is also going to come and loop around. But that should be fun. It's going pretty well. Let's now look at our finances. So on our operational revenues and such, We've been doing pretty well, getting a little over 30 million a day. Obviously, we've big construction, lots of new service to account for, and bonds because we saw us get a bond in. So there that is. Oh, that's in construction. Sorry, that is construction. So we need to actually, well, we'll break it down into our actual. Can we see hourly here? It's still too close to when we did that. All right, we won't worry about that. But sounds we're making about 34 million per day, which I think is roughly on track. So yeah, that's from our previous few days. But this is where we are now, basically at zero money because we built up so much. Actually, here, I'll show you the. You can see where we paid off some of our bonds. Um, Always making a profit. It's not growing as much as I would like it to, but you can see where our big construction projects are. This has been the biggest construction project since we made our first two lines. We're now a couple days in on the new yellow. Let's see how people are responding. Not a ton, actually, which is unfortunate. Um, there is a station here, but I took it off of the white line just because people weren't riding it. So I figured closing a station would save operational costs. Now we've got 3 stations here that are under 1K. So we might want, we'll, they might get more ridership as we extend the line, especially if we can connect these 3 little, crosses at some point. And we are going to do our diagonal here. It might be nice to do just some other transactional line through DC at some point, but we'll get there when we get there. Let's see, Carnegie 19th. Those aren't, I'm not too worried about those. But Pentagon is now one of the larger stations in the network. Actually, yeah, all 4 of the largest stations in the network are our crossovers, which makes sense. We used to have Ballston pretty big, but then I extended the line. So more riders from out west were not in Ballston anymore. They're actually their stations. Otherwise, yeah, that was one of the biggest ones. It's now dropped, which makes sense. But yes, DC is starting to look fun. I would love if I could get my daily profits above that, odd little 30 something million per day. I'm not quite sure how to manage that. I was hoping an entirely new line would reach new passengers, but the ridership numbers aren't exactly supporting it yet. So maybe that wasn't the best investment. But we'll get there eventually. How are we doing? We go daily again. We have to get a full day here. I'm gonna wait for a full day. And once we get a day or two in on this, I promise I'll go over to Hollow Knight because that is what the stream is tonight. But I was running late on this, and considering it was a big project I was making, I figured it was worth showing off a little bit. But yeah, that was the fun of Subway Builder. You can tell I've learned this is actually a great thing to have on the background because it is a lot of waiting for your profits to come in before you can kind of do anything fun with building new lines. But that's made it really nice while I've been working on other things at work, or if I've, after work was done, just watching other videos, have this on in the background and run with it. It's been nice. I like this game far too much. It is unfair how much I like this game. Even if it is, very low key. It's tapping into some aspect of my creativity and planning math brain together that I was not quite sure about, but it's certainly there. All right, let's see. We've now got a full day in. What were our profits? Oh yeah, it's even lower. It's even lower, y'all. So yeah, we had train operations at 40 just a couple days ago, 41 basically. Now our train operations are 46, plus we've got 12 in bond payments. So our costs have really gone up. Well, so our costs, hang on, let's see here. From 41 to 46 plus 12, that's 5 plus 12, that's 17 million more in costs. Have we dropped 17 million from 30 down to 23? No. So we've in theory have like 10 million more in revenue than previous days. 72 to 82. Yeah, there you go. So once some of these, once our bond payments get dealt with, that'll help quite a bit. Um, Unfortunately, train costs are train costs. We kind of can't get around those. Um, but I really want to get my daily profits up simply because going for $100 million bonds, it's okay. I would love to get a $500 million bond at some point because you saw the price of that extension. It was like 600 million. So it made it accessible. It would be a lot more accessible if I could get those larger bonds, but I need to be bringing in 100 million a day for those bonds. But yeah, that's where I am with Subway Builder right now. Just thought, yeah, I was running late and it coincided nicely to show off a new line, but we're going to let that be. I'm going to save this now. Where's my, yeah, save. This is DC V1 run. Part D now. Save that. Actually, I don't even, yeah, we'll get rid of part C. Um, anyway, that is Subway Builder. I think we're pretty good there. All right, so which means now what I need to do is we need to get started with our normal stream stuff. Here we are 10 minutes in. Let's get our warm-up with our guess the phrase going. Let me get this window up. So window capture, that'll go away. Alienware, here we are. Let's start with our guess the phrase for today. It's 8 clues. Middle difficulty, so we're in minute 30, 2 minutes, somewhere around there. Let me get a drink here. Always important to stay hydrated. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Music symbol, that's a sharp. On a chessboard, that's a piece. Hang loosely. Oh, I don't know. A dangle. Dangle pulls over a pier. That's your fishing. Over time with the first. Oh, that's a sudden death. Sudden probably might say you hit. I don't know. Kanga's Joey. That's a root. Oh, well, okay. Sudden problem you might say you hit. Oh, that's a wall. No. So it has an A in it. Uh-oh. It has a G in it. S. Oh, a snag. Interesting. That is a hook. There we go. 46 seconds. I'm happy with that. Half less than what I expected there. I think I'm all caught up with my guess the phrases, which is great because I'm already late. So we're going to stop that there. And we're going to go now, and as we were intending for today's stream, is start doing Hollow Knight. So actually, let me go in and change